everyone, a very warm welcome to our show. I am Khushi Jain from Business Touch. We conduct exclusive interviews with high-performing companies. Today we have Mr. Umar Balwa, who is the Managing Director of a very well-known company known as Sealmatic. Sealmatic is the company who have outperformed its peers at BS-E. Welcome Mr. Umar Balwa. So can you please briefly explain me about the overview of your Sealmatic's performance for the year ending 2024?
Thank you, Khushi, for having me on your show and also for the introduction. Before I get into any specific answer, I would like to take this opportunity of thanking our stakeholders, shareholders and employees who have been an integral part of our growth for the year that went by, which translated into a turnover of 728 million rupees, which results in a 21% growth. And this shows that the demand for mechanical seals from Sealmatic is very strong in markets such as India, Europe, USA and the Middle East.
Sir, can you please take us through the company's outlook for the financial year 2025?
For the financial year 2025, we expect a healthy order intake of 20% increase over the previous year. This also will translate into higher investment to research and development, which will also increase our profitability and our product portfolio.
What are the important developments for the company for the year that went by?
The major developments that took place at Sealmatic for the last year and the years to come would be a greater investment into Middle East, into Europe and to USA to support our customers such as end users and OEMs. Additionally, we are also pursuing aggressively for our demand for mechanical seals in the nuclear and marine applications. We are also investing huge resources for research and development at our Thane unit, which will increase product efficiency and profitability. Also, noting that we have supplied our mechanical seals over the past years to more than 53 countries, this shows greater demand for our products in these markets. While we are developing new markets in the emerging areas, our focus would also remain on the existing markets as well.
Sir, how would you review your business and company's perspective?
Considering the PTRs that we have developed over the years, encompassing OEMs, end users, EPCs, we are one of the most sought after mechanical seal companies globally. And a testimony to this effect would be our products which are supplied to critical applications such as the Rumaila oil field, also the lift irrigation project which involved the largest split mechanical seals ever being developed in the country, and also the recent ISL Mathura OSID project under which critical seals were supplied for high temperature, high pressure applications along with installation and commissioning and training the technical staff at the site.
Sir, can you please let us know more about footprints of Sealmatic in India and globally?
Over the years, Sealmatic has expanded its footprint not only in India but also globally. To begin with, in India, we have established 4 strategic business units in Pune, in Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, and now we are also installing in Baroda. In all put together, we have 23 technical staff available to service our customers in India. Now coming to Europe and USA. In Europe, we have established our own sales and service network in Dublin, which is in Ireland, and in Houston, which is in Texas. Now taking these 2 markets, Europe and USA, it translates to 2.25 billion size of the market, and which is huge and humongous, which we want to address and aggressively pursue.
So we came to know about company's strategic partnership in public domain. So we would like to know more about it.
Yes, sure, I can give more information about that. We have established deep partnerships globally. I'll begin with USA, with Ecotech in the US, based out of Alabama. And the market size over there is $1.25 billion. And it is important for us to pursue this market aggressively. In the UAE, we are talking about a joint venture with a local company in the Abu Dhabi region, which also has a market size of $60 million. In Thailand, with PSS Group, we have established a great partnership. The market size over there is $40 million. And apart from that, we are also aggressively talking about greater partnerships in the GCC region, including Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia. which itself, if we look at the market, it is going to be humongous. And the growth potential over there in the Middle East especially is huge, with so much of investment happening in the oil and gas industry.
So how do you see the market in the Middle East?
I have answered this question in the previous question, but I'll still elaborate further on this. So when we talk about Middle East, it is the largest oil and gas producing region, comprising of GCC, mainly GCC. So that's about UAE, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain. Now, when we talk about business potential for Sealmatic and companies like us, it is humongous. Say, for example, ADNOC itself has announced an investment of $50 billion in the next 5 years of period. Similarly, great activity is also happening in Saudi Arabia, where the potential is $100 billion of new investment, which will also translate into requirement for new mechanical seals. Coming to Kuwait, Oman and Qatar, we see the same pattern of investment happening in these regions. And we are committed to deploy more resources in the GCC and have a greater share of the market in the years to come by.
So we hear a lot about defense and nuclear business. So is Sealmatic also involved in such businesses?
Yes, definitely nuclear and defense is very important for any company which is in a similar line of business as Sealmatic. Now, when we talk about defense and nuclear, you need to have certain certifications in place before even pursuing such an activity. So we started with getting ourselves approved as ISO 19443 with the second company in India which got this certification, along with DGQA, which is a very stringent process to get approved for the defense application. Having achieved both the certifications, we have assembled a team of engineers over here who would pursue this business on a regular basis. And we see great potential in the coming years from this sector alone.
So we came to know that you have participated in many exhibitions. So could you please share your experience with us?
The experience has been so interesting and intense that in the last 14 months of period, we have participated in more than 12 exhibitions, which is spread across the globe. Exhibitions in Houston, exhibitions in Germany, exhibitions in Abu Dhabi, exhibitions in Egypt, and so many other places. One common factor that we experienced was that the response was overwhelming for a company like Sealmatic, not because of any other reason, but we have the requisite qualifications and a compelling story for our customers.
So could we see 20% growth in revenue for FY25? I hope that's on track.
Yes, you would see that growth and we are very much on track.
So what is the business model of Sealmatic with the customers such as OEMs and end users? Could you please throw some light on the same, sir?
Yes, definitely. The business for mechanical seals is divided into two categories. One is the end user and the other is OEMs and projects. Now, when we talk about OEMs and projects, this is a very intense business model, such as not only one agency is involved, many agencies are involved when we do a project, such as the OEM per se, the end user and the EPC. And it is important and necessary for any qualified mechanical seal company to do OEM and project business, without which there is no future for any mechanical seal company either in India or globally. So when we invest into a project, you're draining your resources to huge capacities. But the beauty of this business is that the pain that is being taken today will yield great results in the years to come. Typically, any pump or any rotary equipment which is fitted with Sealmatic Mechanical Seal will have an annuity of 25 years or 30 years till the lifetime of that equipment, and which is a profitable business for Sealmatic.
So what is the total available size of the market in our industry, India and globally?
I'll begin with the global market size, which is $4.25 billion, and the Indian market size is 1,900 crores.
So we came to know you are about to install new capacity around quarter 4. So what would be the approx revenue from the new capacity?
The additional capacity that we are installing in Kaman, which is near Vasai, would add 65% to the revenue. And that would be fully integrated by end of September. When I say fully integrated means that it will be electronically integrated between the mother plant here in Mira Road and the plant which is in Kaman. And all put together, that will increase our efficiencies of more than 65% of our existing turnover. And this will happen very soon.
So what is the proportion of OEMs and end users currently? And how are we going to plan out in the coming future?
Both the businesses such as OEMs, projects and end user is evenly poised at the moment, and it will pan out more in favor of the end users as the years that will go by, because more and more mechanical seals will be installed at the end user, which will generate more revenue, a higher top line, a stronger bottom line, and that is the whole idea of doing OEMs and project business over the years.
So we are glad to know that Sealmatic has a defense approval as well.
Coming to defense, to get into defense business, it is impossible without any qualification. It is impossible to portray yourself as a qualified seal company with the defense establishments. So the first step is to get the DGQA certification, which we have successfully got ourselves certified with the Ministry of Defense, and that paves way for us in the years to come.
Say by FY27, how much revenue would you expect from this business?
I have always been mentioning this in my previous earnings call. Also, whenever internally we have discussions with the sales strategic meetings, I always say that our Chandragupta Maurya period will start from FY27, which is a golden period for Sealmatic. And why I say that? Because the mechanical seals that would be installed via projects over the period would all get commissioned from FY27 onwards, and that will yield us huge profitable business in terms of end users, which will also enhance our top line and also make our bottom line stronger.
Sir, I would like to know the O&M revenue from the mechanical seal that we have already supplied at the project stage, and it will start trickling in how many years after installation, sir?
It would be safe to say that any project business that you do would take 36 months for any O&M business to start trickling in. So why I say this? Because to do project business involves many agencies, and also we have to take into consideration the complicated sites that will entail a use of mechanical seals, which is fitted into a pump, where thousands of technicians, workers, so on and so forth are engaged in commissioning that plant. So it would be safe to say that for us to get our O&M business from the project business that we did in the past would take 36 months of period.
So what would be your current order book?
Our current order book is robust and strong enough to support our growth prospect for FY25.
So what proportion of sale is non-API or non-project sales? Because not all your sales are API related, right?
Yes, absolutely. All the sales is not project related or it is API related. Majority of business is still our exports to the 53 countries that we mentioned, where we make our money in the first sale itself. Now coming to projects, as we all know, that it drains a lot of resources, and that is still continuing. And it is evenly poised between the two, the project API business and the non-project non-API business.
So there should be a quantum jump in the revenue by 2025.
I would not say 25, but I would say 26 or 27, whereby all these projects will get commissioned with Sealmatic Mechanical Seals. And that again, I'll repeat myself, it is going to be a Chandragupta Maurya period for us, which is the golden era for Sealmatic. And we look forward to it with enthusiasm and great buoyancy.
I would like to conclude this interview with a thank you note to Mr. Umar Balwa and know the insight about Sealmatic and the seals world. It is evident that Sealmatic today is at the forefront of global sealing technology market. I would also like to thank all the viewers who have been part of this interview.
It was equally my pleasure to be on your show. Thank you, Business Touch, and thank you, Khushi, for having me on your show.